This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Each person is unique in their eating habits, and it goes beyond food preferences. Lunch has become a ritual in which the individual gets emotional pleasure, shows creativity, and experiences socialization. Food covers the level of interaction between subjects, namely the desire to be alone or share a table with friends or family. Cooking at home and visiting a restaurant seem to be similar processes because, in the end, people satisfy their hunger. However, social rationale and self-realization, which are part of obtaining food, are fundamentally opposite in two cases. Many secondary factors influence the decision to eat at home or out, but cooking on my own unlocks creativity and allows me to gather friends and socialize in my kitchen. Cooking is an art because the individual makes a personal effort to prepare the food. Besides, any recipe can be tailored to suit specific tastes by changing ingredients, adding spices, and cooking principles. Eating at home allows me to be flexible in my thinking and be minimally dependent on secondary factors. First of all, the process of preparing for dinner is an emotional pleasure since I have the opportunity to realize my creative potential. Usually, I lie in bed or on the couch and dream about what will be on my table in a couple of hours. It has romantic properties as it involves a combination of desire and imagination that will eventually be interpreted in practice. Searching for recipes on the internet or cookbooks is research that is based on excitement about the outcome. Besides, I can adjust my feelings to my tastes, such as adding garlic or replacing meat with fish. On the other hand, a restaurant visit seems more comfortable and does not involve mental activity since the service provider is responsible for preparing the food. Minor factors such as weather and health can affect eating out. For example, a cold winter evening forces me to put on many layers of clothing, tidy up my hair, and spend time walking or driving to a restaurant. The eatery also offers a limited selection of dishes indicated on the menu, which may not satisfy someone's taste needs. Thus, even after spending more time cooking, eating at home is more creative and exciting than going to a restaurant. Socialization is an integral part of cooking as it covers meeting friends and family. Cooking at home allows me to be sure that guests' unexpected arrival does not come as an unpleasant surprise. I can set the table and have a pleasant evening, even with mismatched background factors. Moreover, home settings determine the choice of music and lighting and are contingent on the preferences of the people in the apartment. In other words, a visit to a restaurant can be overshadowed by too loud songs or an unsatisfying menu. Therefore, gathering friends or family at home allows me to create an atmosphere relevant to specific occasions and holidays. Often, there are situations when rain, snow, or cold disrupt friends' plans. Consequently, one or more friends may cancel the restaurant visit because it is impossible to get to the appointed place. Thus, cooking at home is more flexible because any plans can be adjusted due to the lack of an exact time frame and the ability to adapt the space to guests' needs. The organization of culinary habits extends to the physical and financial well-being of individuals. It is no secret that daily restaurant visits are expensive and do not always follow healthy eating principles. Cooking at home allows one to anticipate the value of food and adapt recipes to the body's individual needs. In other words, we always know what a dish consists of and what effect it will have on health, which cannot be said about what a restaurant offers. Moreover, eating out often means fast food, which is unambiguously harmful. Cooking at home also develops a systematic approach to eating, financial literacy, and smart budget sharing. Besides, it is less time-consuming since a few hours in the kitchen will provide meals for several days. On the other hand, frequent restaurant visits mean waiting and choosing food and getting to the place. Thus, cooking at home is a more streamlined pastime and will be more beneficial for the wallet. Cooking is a field of activity that includes socialization, creativity, and resource allocation. Minor factors such as fatigue, financial status, meeting friends, schedule, and the weather influence the decision to eat at home or out. While both options are appropriate for the situation, cooking at home is more balanced for the wallet and body. I can unleash my creativity and find ingredients that suit my tastes and health. Moreover, my kitchen can be just as enjoyable as a restaurant in which to meet friends or family. Saving money and time takes place for self-cooking since foresight and optimization allow me to understand the cost structure and not spend more on similar dishes. Thus, cooking at home does not lose out on eating out in terms of atmosphere and quality, and it benefits from financial and creative implementation. If you want to find more works like this essay on cooking at home versus eating out, lunch as a ritual for emotional pleasure, creativity, and socialization, head over to ivypanda.com. It has a collection of free samples with thousands of submissions covering virtually all academic subjects. No registration required to access it.